Hi, everybody. This is first grade. Today we're going to read a new story called Super Tools. Let's look at the picture. What do you notice? What kind of tools do you see in this picture? Do you notice the family? Do you notice the girl has a laptop or a Chromebook computer? Could that be a tool? Do you notice some crayon or pencils and pens in the cup? Look at their little faces. Do you notice their faces don't look happy? They look a little bit upset. This story is a fantasy. A fantasy means there are things in the story that don't happen in real life, like pens and pencils having faces. That doesn't happen in real life. These pens and pencils are tools for drawing and writing, aren't they? And a laptop is a tool for writing and drawing too. We've been using a laptop or a Chromebook to do a lot of our schoolwork lately. And we haven't been using our pens and pencils as much as we used to. Let's read the essential question. How can we work together to make our lives better? Read about how a girl's forgotten writing tools work together to become useful again. See, her old writing tools are the pens and markers in the cup. The girl forgot about them when she got her new laptop. So we're going to read this story to find out how the writing tools become useful again. Let's read to find out. A few weeks ago, Lucy's mom and dad brought a new computer home. "This is so cool!" exclaimed Lucy. Lucy used the computer all the time, but not everyone was happy about the new computer. Lucy didn't know it, but her writing tools felt sad and useless. One day, while she was at school, they had an emergency meeting. "Lucy hasn't used us in weeks," cried the markers. "Can we demand to be used?" asked the crayons. "No, that would be rude. But we can remind her how great we are," said the pencils. "Yes," they all agreed. "Let's remind her." So they have a problem, don't they? Their problem is they feel forgotten and they feel useless because the girl Lucy, she's not using these guys anymore. So they feel useless and they want to find a way to feel useful again. After school, as soon as Lucy came through the door, she grabbed a glass of juice and went right to her computer. She had to write a report about birds. The writing tools watched and waited. When Lucy was done, she printed her report. That night, the writing tools got busy. They worked together to make a picture for Lucy. The pencils made a sketch. The markers drew the birds in the tree. The crayons drew the sun in a blue sky. The picture was good enough to frame. See how they're working together here? The next day was Saturday. Lucy woke up late. Then she went to get her report. Lucy gasped. She couldn't believe her eyes. "Who drew this great picture?" she asked. "Did you draw this?" Lucy asked Mom and Dad. "You know the answer to that," they laughed. "Stop joking. You drew that great picture." That made Lucy think she wished she had drawn it. "It is fun to draw," she said. When she looked at the picture, she wished she had drawn it because she would feel proud if she had drawn that fun picture. Lucy hung the picture in her room. Then she took out her pencils, crayons, and markers. "I'll draw my own picture for my report," she said. Lucy and her pencils, crayons, and markers worked together. They drew a super picture. From that day on, Lucy kept drawing, and the writing tools felt happy and useful. Make connections. How did Lucy's writing tools work together to become useful again? How did Lucy's writing tools work together to become useful again? Remember, they drew the picture of the bird, and when Lucy saw that picture, she wished she had made it herself. And that inspired her and made her feel like she wanted to draw her own picture. So by looking at the picture, it reminded Lucy how fun it is to draw with your own writing tools. And then she drew some more. Comprehension skill. Theme. The theme is the big idea or the message of the story. What's the theme in this story? What do you think is the big idea? Do you think the big idea might be working together? Find text evidence. Find clues that help you understand the theme. On page 227, here's a clue that might help us understand the theme. The pencils made a sketch. The markers drew the birds in the tree. The crayons drew the sun in a blue sky. In these three sentences, the author is telling you that the tools are working together because the pencils did one job, the markers did another job, and the crayons did another job. So all together, they made a beautiful picture. Here's a clue. The pencils made a sketch. Yep. The markers drew the birds in the tree. Another clue from our story, the crayons drew the sun in a blue sky. So the first clue is about the pencils, then the markers, then the crayons. So the theme altogether, the writing tools work together to make their lives better. So you can find the clues from the story to help you figure out the big idea or the theme. Remember, the theme in this story is the writing tools work together to make their lives better. Talk about the theme of super tools. We just talked about it. Working together makes our lives better. I hope you enjoyed this story. We'll talk more soon.